Attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching, yes.
It is another gorgeous evening here in Tampa, Florida. We are here at George M. Steinbrenner Field, where it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. That's the New York Yankees against the Tampa Bay Rays in the second game of a four-game set from GMS Field in Tampa, Florida. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball, along with Todd Frazier. I'm Michael Kay. With the Yankees, they lost their starting pitcher to ineffectiveness in the second inning yesterday. Then it was all the bullpen, and then the offense picked everybody up, and the Yankees came away with a win, and it's their fourth straight win. And right in the middle of it was Ben Rice. He is really raking.
He's been incredible, and you could put him anywhere in the lineup, and he's going to do well. As you saw yesterday, a C&I single turned into one of his career games. 4 hits. He's using all types of the field. He's finding his barrel, and that leads to good things, especially against right-handed pitchers. His power numbers are going up, and this guy is leading his team in a lot of categories, and it's a good thing for the Yankees because they're on cruise control right now.
And not just the Yankees, Todd. If you look at where he's ranking in the American League, it's unbelievable. He's gotten off to a great start. 6th best average, 5th best on-base percentage, 4th best in slugging, and the OPS is 4th as well, 1.064. Well, the Yankees now will try to make it 5 wins in a row and start this road trip in proper fashion. So we'll take a look at the Home Depot getting it done pitching matchup. Drew Rasmussen is going to get the start for Tampa Bay. And for the Yankees, it's Carlos Rodon. When you look at those numbers, Todd, you go, not so good. But if you look under the hood, he's actually pitching quite well, but he's making an inopportune mistake.
Yeah, and I think that inopportune mistake comes from, just him throwing. And all of a sudden, he tries to do a little too much, but he understands what he needs to do. He's a ground ball pitcher now. He's getting a lot of swing and misses. He's a guy that you can lean on. So for him, control what you can control. And again, don't let that one pitch get out of the way. That seems to be his bugaboo right there. But he is. He's a good pitcher, brings good attitude, and he's going to need it here for the Yankees today.
All right, so when you take a look at the good, all top 6 in the American League, opponents batting average against, strikeout percentage, ground ball percentage, great. Now, 9th highest in all of the above. You see those numbers, that's not good. So he has to improve on the walks and stay away from that big back-breaking home run. Well, the Yankees are driving the train to good things right now. When we come back, lineups, first pitch, baseball, Yankees and the Rays next, right here on Yes. Yankees baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. By Bet365, whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. By Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. And by Hyundai, with a brand new Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. Aaron Judge always making friends, Todd.
Always.
Well, the Rays have taken the field. You see the Yankees starting lineup, starting with Ben Rice. He's ready. Rasmussen's ready. And let's do it right here in Tampa. First pitch is a strike, and we are underway. Rice with a career-high 4 hits yesterday, hitting .317. And another strike. The Yankees have never really done much with Rasmussen. 21 shutout innings against the Yankees. Working quickly, and the count 1-2. Dan Iassogna, the crew chief, is the home plate umpire. Scott Barry at first, Adam Beck at second, John Bacon is at third. Swing and a miss. Rice down on strikes. So Rasmussen 1-0 with a 0.60 ERA, a strikeout per inning, just 2 walks. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Yeah, he's thrown 5 innings pitched a couple times. They don't really go over that depending on what he has. He's had a couple injuries. Best pitch is his cutter, and he's got a 0 ERA against the Yankees. So the Yankees are going to have to find a way to put the ball in play and get some runs.
The pitch to Judge a little bit low. Now, you heard it on the pregame show, but if you just tuned in, Jazz Chisholm has been suspended 1 game and fined, but he is appealing the suspension, so he's playing in tonight's game. And that is for his social media post during the game yesterday, which is not allowed according to the collective bargaining rules, and also getting thrown out on the field by home plate umpire John Bacon. So, again, he is appealing, but he's playing tonight. 1 game suspension and a fine.
Yeah, I think he understood what he did wrong. You know, the rules are you can't go on your phone during a game, and he's going to appeal it and see how it goes. That's going to be a tough one to overturn.
Turning him loose on 3-0, he fouls it away. Let's check out the Rays defense. Morel, Mangum, and Caballero left to right. Infield, Caminero, Walls, Meade, and Aranda. Jansen behind the plate. Diaz is the DH. Check swing. Did he go? No, he did not. Ball 4, and Judge on base. All right, Todd, it's time for the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Yeah, stay on that cruise control. 4 straight wins, and they look pretty good so far. Next in line, who's going to be that next guy stepping up? You know, Ben Rice has been pretty good, and a couple others. We'll see how that goes, and the bullpen has been absolutely phenomenal. So if Rodon gets in some trouble, that bullpen will definitely be ready.
Pitch to Bellinger is a strike. So with Judge's walk, he now has an 11-game streak of getting on base successfully. Time called. As you can tell, the Rays are wearing their City Connect uniforms tonight. They wear them on select Tuesdays and Fridays.
Like the Sox there, too. Look at those things.
The 0-1. 0-2.
Rondo looking good over there with the shoes. They didn't have this type of swag when I played, man. Look at that. They have shoes. You get shoes now. You can put cleats on anything.
Yep. Well, the Reds, very conservative organization. The Yankees were as well. Certain, you know, it's supposed to be black spikes.
That's how it was back then.
Yeah.
You needed more of the color black on whatever spike you were wearing, whatever company, but it's all about the flash right now.
One and 2. Rasmussen's 29 years old, 6 big league season. He was out for 15 months from May of 23 until last August. He needed internal brace surgery on his elbow. Dan Iasonia is the home plate umpire, and he is considered pitcher-friendly. 27th big league season, more high strikes, more outside strikes on lefty batters.
That's an honest one right there. I mean, usually you don't see those. I tend to agree. Most are.
I'd like to see you and O'Neill debate David Cone. Still 1 and 2. Rasmussen's had 3 elbow procedures over 7 years. He had Tommy John twice in college at Oregon State in 16 and 17. And then he elected to go for the internal brace procedure rather than have a 3rd Tommy John. Can you imagine having to do that 3 times? Because, I mean, okay, the surgery stinks, but the rehab is brutal.
Taking a toll. In the second one, you got to wait longer, too, as well. And if you have a 3rd one, I mean, how do you come back from that? So, I mean, the velo's still up for him, and that cutter's been working really well. So far, so good.
1-2. Out back.
Judge bouncing over there a little bit. Looks like he's thinking about stealing a little bit. You don't know here with a lefty up. Do you want to give it up?
Grounded to second. Let's see if they can turn 2. There's 1 on to first. It's a double play. 4-6-3. Yankees don't score in the first. The Rays are coming to bat. Another sellout crowd here at Steinbrenner Field. Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay lineup. Diaz at DH leads off, then it's Caminero and Meade. Cleaning up is the left fielder Christopher Morel. Danny Jansen will catch. Jonathan Aranda, the first baseman, bats sixth. Batting seventh, playing right field, Jose Caballero. Jake Mangum will play center, and Taylor Walls, the shortstop, will bat ninth. Drew Rasmussen, 2-0 in his career against the Yanks. Carlos Rodon, he is on the mound. 4 starts, 1-3, 5.48 ERA, 28 strikeouts in 23 innings, 12 walks, though. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Yeah, control the narrative. You're a good pitcher. Work that fastball in and out of the zone. Then we work on command of the zone. If you can command that pitch right there, that off speed will work just fine. He has a lot of walks, so figure out a way to slow it down, stay in the strike zone, and work your magic as a left-handed pitcher.
One and 0. Three and 0. And there's a strike. Diaz thought it was ball 4.
Yep, right on the knees right there. Good pitch.
And there's ball 4. So Diaz works a walk. Take a look at the Yankee defense behind Rodon. You've got Bellinger in left, Grisham in center, Judge over right. Infield, Cabrera, Volpe, Chisholm, and Goldschmidt third to first. Escara behind the plate. Rodon's on the mound. Big cut and a foul ball by Caminero.
And we talk about the walks as you see the first one there, but he's also been a very good ground ball pitcher here, looking for the double play.
Now the strikeout percentage, the ground ball percentage is really good. And Meredith asked Aaron Boone today, how do you explain the feast or famine with Rodon? And he goes, I don't think it's feast or famine. I think he's been great. But you give up an inopportune 3-run home run in each of the last 2 games, that does affect the outcome of the game. So all the numbers are good, which means he can dominate, but he has to stay away from the walks and making that one big mistake. Line drive, left field, and it's a base hit in front of Bellinger. He'll flip it into Volpe, so first and second for the Rays.
111 off the bat. Fastball that stayed right out over the plate. This guy's been hitting the ball very well. Level swing, nice stop there by Bellinger. And just like yesterday, the Rays here again with some runners on. Like yesterday, Will Warren, too, was trying to find that breaking pitch, too. It took him an inning, basically, to figure it out, but it was too little, too late for him.
There's a strike. First and second, nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. 2-2. 96 miles an hour here in the first inning for Rodon.
You see Meade here. His full face is looking at Rodon. You don't see that too often. Making sure both eyes can be on the pitcher at all times.
Foul back again. Diaz at second, Caminero at first. Three and two.
We talk about a lot being comfortable in the box. These last two batters have looked pretty comfortable seeing all these pitches here. See if Rodon can make a big pitch.
.16 pitches, 8 out of the strike zone. Full count. And Meade continues the battle. Richie Palacios, who was on the IL before he came into the game yesterday, had a really good game, goes on the IL again because of a lower leg injury. Strike three, Meade down looking.
That was a big pitch right there. It hasn't thrown many changeups so far. A little bit of a hanger right there, gets away with it. Changed the eye levels a little bit again. Hung right on the top quadrant there. Very nice pitch. One pitch away from getting out of this inning.
Here's Christopher Morel. He's a big swing and miss guy. We detailed that yesterday. Strikes out 40% of the time. But when he does make contact, he can do damage. I've been close. 1-1.
Hey, Michael, you mentioned Richie Palacios. Well, they made a roster move today. They called up their number 7 prospect, Chandler Simpson. He is here. He's going to be here tonight. He's not in the starting lineup, but he stole 104 bases in the minors last year. They call him the fastest man in baseball.
Left-handed batter, and he is on the bench, as Meredith mentioned, so a weapon for Kevin Cash. .104 stolen bases in 110 games at A and AA last year. 2-1. 2-2.
Yeah, when a guy like that gets on base, it's an automatic double, if not triple. So instead to have really no power at all. He's just one of those guys that'll beat out an infield single a lot of the times.
Swing and miss. Morel strikes out, 2 away.
Just like that, Rodon settles down a little bit here. There's that hard slider in the dirt. Looks like a fastball, falls right off the table. One of those guys that's going to swing at a lot of pitchers. Why not get him to chase? Smart move.
Here's Danny Jansen. And a strike. Backdoor slider. Clips the outside corner, 0-1. Popped up. That's going to be out of play. And the count 0-2. One and two.
Going to a little more changeup action here again. Sign of a veteran pitcher, understanding if my curveball slider action's not working, let's go try something else. Got a couple foul balls, a strikeout. With a young catcher too, and a scar. I mean, listen, got to be on the same page. You have a game plan coming in, and next thing you know, we might have to change it or tinker it around here a little bit.
Dialed it up to 97 there, and a count 2-2. Swing and a miss. How about Rodon? First and second, nobody out. He strikes out Meade, Morrell, and Jansen. Let's check out FanDuel's live same-game parlay. Rodon already has 3 of 7. That was a nice bounce back by him.
Yeah, it definitely was, especially after the first batter walk, then a line drive single, and then 3 straight Ks. Out of momentum, switch back to the Yankees, just like that.
Here's Goldschmidt. Lined into right field. It is a base hit. Caballero was almost playing on the warning track there. And Goldschmidt picks up his 20th single of the season.
Nice little jam shot. When you have a shift, all you have to do is punch it over the first baseman's head right there. About 20 feet past. Jog to first. What a beautiful day so far. You just get over there excited as can be. When we talk about a conversation, now you can start yapping.
Here's Chisholm. One and 0. Grounded foul, 1-1.
I was talking with him earlier. My son hit his first home run the other day, and he did that little Euro step to home plate. I said, I said, really? I said, come on, man. I said, really? You're going to do that Euro step? He told Jazz about it. He loved every second of it.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chisholm down on strikes.
Nice pitch in the dirt right there. Fell right off the table as well. Probably looking for another pitch.
Now here's J.C. Escara. Now yesterday, Austin Wells had a scheduled day off because the Yankees are in a stretch of playing 13 straight games without an off day. He's off today because he got food poisoning. And he doesn't know from where. He doesn't know what he ate. So he is out of the lineup today, probably available off the bench. And that is our Montefiore injury report. Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. He tried to make somewhat light of it. He said, I don't know what I ate. He said, maybe somebody poisoned me overnight.
Well, there's one thing we do know. It wasn't from the spread after the game because a lot more guys would have gotten it.
Absolutely.
So maybe a late night snack. You like your late night snacks, Michael?
I used to. I try to stay away now.
All right.
They don't like me, Todd. And there's ball 4, so Escara works a walk. Well, Rasmussen came into the game only walking 2, and he's walked 2 already. So here's Volpe. 0-1.
He's got a lot of those fastballs. Right, that first pitch fastball, I'd like to see him attack.
.97 miles an hour. Game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 84 degrees, no chance of rain, humidity 45%, and the wind is from right field to left field at 8 to 10 miles an hour. Beautiful day and a beautiful evening here in Tampa. Swing and a miss. Volpe down on strikes. Third strikeout for Rasmussen.
Yeah, all three of these pitches, fastballs. You know, one of those things where you got your game plan knowing that he does throw that cutter. 3 straight fastballs. Swung and missed at 2 of them. That one right there as a hitter, you're frustrated. You're like, man, I'm waiting for 1 cutter, 1 off-speed pitch, and you get 3 pitches to hit.
Here's Trent Grisham. And a strike. There's a base hit to center field. Goldschmidt rounds third. He's coming home. The throw goes to third. Cut off there by Walls. It's an RBI single for Trent Grisham, and the Yankees lead 1-0.
First off, great read here by Goldschmidt at second base, going right on contact, understanding the ball was hit with soft liner. Fastball out over the plate. Trent Grisham is just doing it this year. Beautiful swing. And Goldschmidt comes around. Yankees up 1-0.
First and second. 2 down, and here is Cabrera. 0-1. That's the 11th ribby for Grisham. One and one on Cabrera. Cabrera comes in hitting .308. Some life on that fastball, swinging right through it. Count 1 and 2. He got 3 of them right past Volpe. Strike 3. So Rasmussen, 3 strikeouts in the inning, but the Yankees get a run on 2 hits. They lead 2. Hey, it's time for the Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Rodon coming back after giving up 2 runners. He went with that changeup on the first one out, over slider in, and then curveball in. He's using all his pitches right now. That first inning was tough, but he found a way to finish the last 3 batters off with 3 strikeouts.
So in terms of percentage of strikeouts, he is 4th in the American League. Gilbert, Reagans, DeGrom, and Rodon. And Aranda takes the ball 1-0. And so by getting out of that jam, the Yankees reward him with a run in the second. Now they're up 1-0. There's a strike. That one just misses inside. 2-1.
Aranda's been a pleasant surprise here for the Rays. You know, not only with the average, but with a little bit of power, too.
3-1.
Looked like a good pitch right there, right on the outside half. Dan Iasonia shaking his head. No, it wasn't.
There's a strike, count full. And the pitch. There's ball 4. Leadoff walk for Aranda. The Rays started the season 4-1, but they are 4-10 since. Yankees playing good baseball. They're in first place in the American League East with a 12-7 record. Showing bunt, pulling back, and there's a ball to Caballero.
And I think that's a great idea here with the shift, pretty much a shift on Jazz, playing way over. All you got to do is get the ball in between first and the pitcher, and you got a knock.
And he pushes it. Foul ball grabbed there by Goldschmidt. Kind of rare that you show bunt and then you bunt on the next pitch.
I mean, why not? I mean, why not? You don't see it too often, but the next pitch they usually swing. Why not do it again? If you get a pitch out over and you see Jazz move over a little bit here.
Now, Caballero turned his back. I guess he called time. Rodon delivered the pitch, and then Iasonia said it didn't count. And Rodon's kind of looking at the Yankee dugout. Well, what's going on with that?
Yeah, Dan never called timeout, so good for him to finish the pitch. You never know what can happen, but looked like they were in some conversation.
Out of the way. A lot of conversation between Caballero and Iasonia. Caballero had 44 stolen bases, led the American League last year, but also caught 16 times. Count 2-2. He strikes him out. Strikeout number 4 for Rodon.
Yeah, that was a nice setup too right there. One with the change up the pitch before, change the eye levels, and that one fastball up a little higher than high. Good sequence right there.
Here's Jake Mangum. And a strike. Hitting .345 in the early going. And that got Escara.
Oh, close enough. Always tell everybody, hey, that's the position that I wouldn't have picked in any years I'm alive. No chance I want to be a catcher. There's a lot can go wrong there, just like that.
He'll wait a long time for this opportunity, so he'll take the bruises and he's ready to go. Getting 2 starts in a row. Boom was remarking how much faith he has in him and belief he has in him as a defender. He does a great job behind the plate. Grounded to Chisholm. There's 1. And there's 2. 4-6-3 double play, and that'll do it for the Rays in the second. We played 2 here at George M. Steinbrenner Field. And the Yankees lead this one by a score of 1-0. Kevin Cash is going to see if he's going to challenge, and he is not. So they got the call right. You scored 4-6-3. Inning is over. We move to the third. Well, stream every out-of-market game live or on demand, plus stream MLB Network 24/7 for the entire season. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Ben Rice, 0-1 as we start the third. Yankees lead 1-0. Rice struck out in the first. Against right-handed pitching, Rice hitting .395 with a .511 on-base percentage coming into this game. That .511 on-base percentage is first in baseball. First in slugging and first in OPS as well against righty pitching.
And when you're this locked in as he is, it doesn't matter really who's throwing, but in his case, even better that a right-hander is on the mound.
That one's cracked to center field. Mangum is there. And that's going to bring up Aaron Judge. And leader is brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. 400 or more batting average and 7 or more home runs through 19 team games. Ruth, Mantle, Winfield, and now Judge. Judge walked in the first. 0-1. Grounded to short. Tough hop. Wall stays with it and gets Judge for out number 2. One of the names on the back of the Rays uniforms glow in the dark. They look like they would.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, they're kind of blended in with the umpires too, so it's tough to tell here where someone is lining up if you're looking out over short and second base.
Bellinger swings and misses. He wrapped into a 4-6-3 double play in the first.
Maybe next year they go with the lemon lime kind of look. Fluorescent green. I think that'd be nice with black lettering.
Well, they came out for BP like in purple.
It
right?
was purple and that lime green.
They have 5 infielders for Bellinger.
Maybe 6 with the 2 umpires.
Now those are umpires.
It does look like 6 infielders, though. They kind of match their uniforms.
The 2-1. 3-1 on Cody Bellinger.
This is a pitch right here. This is one you come out of your shoes here a little bit. You know what? It's been struggling a little bit. Try and connect here. Here comes a fastball. See what you can do.
And there's ball 4. The 3rd walk by Rasmussen.
First baseman.
Rasmussen came over from Milwaukee in a May of 2021 deal. It was Rasmussen and the reliever J.P. Fireeisen for Willie Adames and Trevor Richards. Deal kind of worked out for both teams when he's not injured. Rasmussen's been very good for Tampa Bay, and Adames was a terrific addition for Milwaukee, became a free agent, and signed a long-term deal with San Francisco. And those are the numbers that show you how good Rasmussen is when he's getting the ball.
How about this guy? Batting leadoff one day, in the 4-hole another. Complete player, complete team player too as well.
There goes Bellinger, and there's a base hit for Goldschmidt. Paulie singles. As Bellinger moves to 3rd, that is the 21st single out of 27 hits for Goldschmidt.
Now he leads the league there too. It was him and Altuve. He's got 2 today. Got to believe he doesn't have 2, but again, nice inside-out swing. When Goldschmidt is going right, he's hitting the ball to the opposite side of the field with some power. If not, he'll take the singles.
So Kyle Snyder goes out and talks with his pitcher. And Todd, it's interesting, talking to Boone before the game, He said those singles are situational. He does things that he knows he has to do. He'll go the other way. He'll take a pitch and inside out it. He said he'll take the extra base hit if it's there, but if the best thing to do is take the ball to right field, he's going to do it. It's all situational.
Yeah, and he's been doing it for a long time. I mean, when he was with the Diamondbacks, this guy was one of the most lethal first baseman hitters. You know, you think about guys like Pujols and Joey Votto. He was, you know, right after those guys, he was right there, top 5 guy for a long, long time. Not only with average, but with power. This guy, when I played third base, I was backing up a little bit more, especially with him up.
So 2 for 2 for Goldschmidt. Yankees have runners on the corners, 2 outs. And here is Jazz Chisholm Jr. (0-1). Chisholm is yet to get on track. A lot of swings and misses, a lot of strikeouts so far this year. He struck out in the 2nd inning, down the count 0-1. There's a ground ball to second. Meade. And that'll do it. As Rasmussen works out of trouble. Yankees strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Well, it's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Now, tonight's picture is of little Tobias, who looks very happy to be wearing his Yankees hat and is rooting for the team this series in Tampa. Tobias looks ready to roll. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Another full house here at Steinbrenner Field. 4 strikeouts for Rodon over 2 innings. Yankees lead 1-0. It'll be 9-1-2 for Tampa Bay. And the shortstop, Taylor Walls, leads off. You know, on the post-game show on the Tampa Bay side, you know, I guess taking phone calls, and so many people were down on Taylor Walls, who came up 3 times at the bases loaded and only got 1 RBI and a sac fly. And what I don't understand, he's a 176 hitter. He's an unbelievable defensive player. He's never been a great offensive player.
Yeah, well, they're looking for more as a fan. Like, you get 3 opportunities, bases loaded, trying to find to do something.
One and 2 on Walls. So last inning he was 0 for 2 with a sac fly, grounded into a double play, then grounded out 4-3. The 3 times he came up with the bases loaded.
That double play was probably the biggest one because they were reeling right there. The Yankees were hanging on by a thread. That was a huge double play.
High fly ball center field. Grisham makes the play. Well, let's check out what the Rays are about, the Mohegan Sun team scouting report.
We kind of led right into it there. Runners in scoring positions. They had plenty of opportunities, left a lot of guys on. And talk about early and often. When they get the runs, you got to keep pressing. And home field, it doesn't seem like a home field anymore with the Yankees in town. They got to try and switch that up just a little bit.
Caminero takes low, 1-0. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Diaz. As he flies out to Judge, who makes the play. Now it'll be Caminero. Caminero, 21 years old, had an opposite field home run last night. That's his 5th home run in his last 10 games. He's come out and said he's going to hit 30 this year. He was the number 3 prospect by Baseball America coming into last season, behind Jackson Holliday and Jackson Churio.
Yeah, his last hit, 111 miles an hour off the bat, just for a measly old single. If he got under that, nowhere we're going. He hits the ball very hard when he swings. He takes some chances, but his swing has been very pure this year, and he's been absolutely dominant for the Rays. A bright spot for this team.
Another hard hit ball. Knocked down by Volpe. Goes high, and what a tag by Goldschmidt for the final out. The ball was hit so hard, it almost took off Volpe's glove, and then Camarero slowed down a little bit. And then the bad throw by Volpe and a great tag by Goldschmidt. Looked like Camarero might have slipped coming out of the box.
Well, he slipped because he didn't run out of the box, as you're seeing right there. And then next thing you know, you get tagged out. Let's see here. As he's coming, he's watching. He thinks it's an out. Now he tries to sprint.
Yeah, that's why he slipped.
He does slip. A little bit of pride right there. Again, if you're running out hard, you get that base hit. Yankees coming back.
Back here in Tampa, J.C. Escara's worked the count to 1-1 as he leads off in the fourth for the Yankees. They're up 1-0. 1-2.
You'd like a pitcher to work fast. I think he took 3 or maybe 4 warm-up pitches that inning, and he said, you know what, I'm ready to go. They're trying to clean the dirt here, but guess what? When you're ready to go ahead.
Got a piece. Grounded to Walls. If you've noticed, Todd, they've changed the dirt for the regular season. The dirt the Yankees have had for 30 years here at Steinbrenner Field has more of an orange hue to it, like a clay look, and they kind of recreated what they had in Tropicana Field, which is more of a brownish dirt.
Yeah, I was talking to Suze about that a little bit. I think MLB came in here and kind of inspected the whole thing. And I mean, if we're going to look at both here, look at spring training.
Look how different, right?
That is a huge difference. And I think after the first series, they came in and said, and the team as well, hey, listen, we need to change this up a little bit. I never knew the difference. I didn't know, maybe it plays differently. But maybe it has something to do with wetting it more. Yeah, maybe. Wow. Huge difference.
And the 0-2. And Volpe has been overpowered 2 times in a row by Rasmussen. 3 swings and misses each time.
Another fastball, and he's coming at him here. I don't know if they got a report about fastballs, but just a tick late, just underneath a little bit. That's the confusing part about baseball. Understand? I'm getting fastballs, which I, usually can hit hard, and just not doing it.
0-1 on Grisham. Grisham, the RBI single in the second. The only run in the game. We're in the 4th inning. 1-0 Yanks. Quickly 0-2.
As we know, Grisham with the only RBI today, 2-out knock up the middle.
Yeah, that's
What a great start it's been for Grisham. Big hits, making all the plays in the field. Aaron Boone trying to get him in as much as he can. Fly ball left field. Morel makes the play as he falls to the warning track and holds on. Looked like he misjudged it, then the ball started to slice.
Yeah, kept carrying out there to left field. Great dive and stop. Went and got it. Will that give them momentum coming through next inning?
Well, Monday on Yes, don't miss an all-new episode of Sportico Sports Business for an exclusive interview with MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred. Catch the new episode presented by Genius Sports Monday after Yankees coverage on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Nice play by Volpe. Throw to first. Oh, they got him. A beautiful scoop on the glove hand side by Goldschmidt. And a nice pick there by Volpe for the first out.
This young man ceases to amaze everybody. Going to his right-hand side. Hard hit ball, one hopper. Reaches as far as he can. You got to let it go as quick as you can. Goldie with a nice pick, too, as well. Look at the bunny hop there for Easter and lets it go. Man, what a play from both sides.
Here's Morel. He fouls it back.
You have to be ready for this at all times. Has to reach as far as possible again. Oh, man. So pretty, Michael.
1-1 on Morel. Morel came from the Cubs last July for Isaac Paredes. Morel, Hunter Biggie, and Ty Johnson. Count 2-2.
Again, you got to think, if you strike out a lot, it's one of those things you get to 2 strikes, you're like, oh, no, not again. I had Scott Rowland one time auto take with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. What do you mean auto take?
Hall of Famer.
Right.
He was struggling really bad.
Right.
1-2 count. Went up, put the bat kind of low. Ball, 2-2. I said, Scott, what are you doing? He goes, I'm not going to hit it anyway. I can't see the darn ball. Took a 1-2 count, and it was a ball. That's incredible. Couldn't do that.
And the pitch to Jansen outside. Jansen struggles offensively. 212 hitter, 401 slugging percentage against everyone else but the Yankees. Against the Yankees, 273, 531 slug, and that is cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Explain it. It's hard, right? Hard to explain it. Count 2-1 on Jansen.
Rodon wanted that one, but that was clearly outside. Want to get every pitch you can get.
Gets that strike call. Jansen struck out in the first. Full count. Way over the head of his star. That'll be ball 4. And Jansen works a walk.
What did you say? Just a bit outside.
Just a bit.
That ball just got out of his way there. Playing with him with the White Sox, man. Incredible dude. Not afraid to show his emotion on his sleeve there. He knows. Just a bad pitch. It slipped.
Here is Jonathan Aranda. And a strike. Aranda walked in the second inning. So 3 walks for Rodon so far this game. 2 outs here in the fourth. 0-2. That slider hangs upstairs. Just misses the top part of the zone. Did he go? No, he did not. Rodon, a couple of steps toward the Yankee dugout.
Take a look right here. Ooh, that's pretty close. Love how the catcher's a little theatrical. Yeah, he went. Screaming down there at third base. Got to use everything you could.
Swing and a miss, got him. 97 miles an hour. Aranda strikes out. Ray Strand one. We go to the 5th. Todd, you know what that last strikeout was?
I do not. What was it?
It was the 6th Yankee strikeout brought to you by Audi in the 2025 Audi Q6. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Oswaldo Cabrera leads off. So on this date, in 1929, the Yankees became the 2nd team to wear numbers on the back of their uniforms. Now, you can actually see the Yankees numbers on their uniform. Tampa Bay, that's a different story with the City Connect. But Cleveland did it 2 days earlier because they weren't rained out like the Yankees were. So that's why the Yankees were 2nd. And it's interesting, numbers were assigned based on the order in the lineup. So Earl Coombs was number 1. Mark Koenig was number 2. Babe Ruth number 3. Lou Gehrig number 4. Bob Musial number 5. Tony Lazzari number 6. Leo DeRocha number 7. Johnny Grabowski 8. And Benny Bengo number 9. Grounded to 2nd. Meade gets Cabrera. And to think about it, baseball had been going on so long that they didn't have numbers on their back.
That's very interesting. I had no clue about that, and that's how Babe got number 3.
Yep. And Lou got number 4.
Wow. I wonder what he would have chosen.
Yeah, it's good. That's a good question.
Or what anybody would have chosen, for sure. What's your favorite number, Michael?
My favorite number is 8. How about you?
I like 14. And then when the Reds gave me 21, that kind of turned into my new favorite number. But
right.
14, little Pete Rose action there.
Meredith, what's your favorite number?
Number 11.
11.
With a question, though, it was kind of...
Wow. Wasn't right there. Now, in your, NCAA days, did you have a number?
No, I just went out there and nobody knew who I was. Yes.
Unwarranted shot.
20. I was 20 when I played volleyball.
1-2 on Rice. Strike 3. Rice down looking. Well, here you are in the Little League World Series wearing number 14, Todd.
It's kind of kick-started number 14, too, yes. Nice opposite field homer. Look at the freckles, man. See that little cut piece? I started the cutter back then in 90. First ever cutter, and everybody's like, let me try it. No.
Foul back.
It's a couple guys that have been to the Little League World Series here on both teams.
So Bellinger, right?
Yep.
And who else? And Cash.
Cash, yep.
Oh, 2. Now you go as a broadcaster, and you still love it, right?
I do. I still love it. It's been my 5th year coming up doing it. It's just fantastic. The smiles on these kids' faces, and I like looking at the parents. They're all nervous Nellies over there. I'm like, hey, you guys made it. This is the big thing. Everything else is icing on the cake. Enjoy your son's last 2 or 3 games playing on the little field,
The 0-2. Judge takes outside. Aaron's 0 for 1 with a walk. Two and 2. Yankees have a 1-0 lead on the Grisham RBI single, scoring Goldschmidt in the 2nd. That's the only scoring in this game. Broken bat and caught there by Meade. I think the bat went into the crowd. Hardly ever see Judge break his bat halfway through. Well, Todd, it's time for pitching decisions presented by Sage.
Yeah, when you think about the first two batters of the game, Rodon didn't look so well. Then he comes with that high heat and that nasty slider that we've seen over the years. Fastball in. When he's working that fastball in, slider away action in both, vice versa, good things are happening. He's doing pretty well right now.
Here's Caballero, and a strike. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, just 1 hit in 4 innings. The 1 hit by Caballero in the first. A single and a strike. Caballero, one of the 6 strikeout victims. 1 and 2 from Rodon. Again, he throws one all the way to the backstop.
You see, he's kind of got a little slippery action. He's sweating out there a little bit. Might need a little rosin back there. Yeah. Yep. He's good for one of those an inning now. Laugh it off.
Line drive. It is a base hit down the left field line. Bellinger cuts it off beautifully. He will fire to second, but not in time. It's a double for Caballero.
Yeah, if we look at this pitch right here, fastball out over, looking to get it inside. Seems like the one mistake he's made since the first inning, too. Good cutoff, but with the speed of Caballero, nothing he can really do.
So here's Jake Mangum hit into a 4-6-3 double play to end the second inning. Second time the Rays have a runner in scoring position. They had it in the first. Fouled over the Rays dugout against the screen. Mangum playing center today against the lefty Rodon as they sit down Cameron Meisner. And a strike.
That's a good pitch right there, too. You think runner on second base, they haven't done well, runners in scoring position, maybe lay one down. So as a pitcher, here it is, fastball, back-to-back pitches. Come and get it.
Chopped over the middle. And the throw to first on the backhand scoop. It's Goldschmidt. Moving to third. It's Caballero. Mangum thinks he's safe. Looking into the Rays dugout. The Rays will not challenge.
That's a nice play. That hop didn't come up as high as he wanted. Get it out real quick with release. Just a bang-bang play at first. Really, really nice play there by Jazz.
Well, the Yankees will play the infield in now. Runner on third with 1 out. Right to Goldschmidt. And he's going to run right at Caballero. Get him into a rundown. Make him commit. And Escar will tag him out as Wallace advances to second. Goldschmidt played that beautifully, Todd.
Absolutely textbook by Goldschmidt. Once we see the replay here, you're going to see a really good fake to third base. First off, you got to make the play. Now you run the runner down. Give a good pump fake. Bam. Huge. Make him commit back to third. Then let your speed guys make the play. Nice lob. Huge play. That was absolute textbook. Goldschmidt, huge play. If he doesn't fake there might be an opportunity for him to get back to the base. That's a veteran for you right there. Absolutely phenomenal play. Worked to perfection, and now the runner's still at second base too as well.
Now let's see what's going on here. Isaiah Sonia making Rodon
he can't stop sweating. I think, not to interrupt you here, but he keeps saying, I can't find a, I think it's he can't get a really good grip on the ball. Yep. Sometimes the rosin too, it's tough to get something off. If we look at Goldschmidt here, feels the ball, takes a good look. Again, not the fleetest of foot, but that pump fake was huge. Catch him, get in the lane, and get out of the way. Cabrera coming down, and then Escara with the nice tag right there.
Now, I wonder, you can see his arms glistening with sweat, so it's dripping down into his hands. And then when he goes to the rosin bag, it gets sticky. Maybe that's why they made him wipe it off.
And that could be another thing, too, as well. But we've seen him, throw a couple pitches way out of the zone. Again, sometimes that rosin, you get stickier. It just depends. And again, they haven't played in warm weather yet, so it is different. It's a nice night tonight, but some of those pitchers that they sweat a little bit too much.
So if you're scoring at home, that's 3-5-2 with Caballero caught off third. Pitch is high. Diaz 0 for 1 with a walk. Check out the spikes on Diaz. They have sparkles or diamonds on it. Wow. Wow.
I don't know why you'd want to play in those.
Why would you ruin them?
Those are beautiful.
Those look like they should be on Dancing with the Stars.
Tell you what, man. The innovation in spikes.
One, two. He fouled that off twice.
Yeah, if you're pitching out there, is that a distraction, Michael?
I don't know. It's entrancing, I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen anything like it.
No, it hit his foot after he fouled it. Now double with the bat. The 1-2, and he does it again, third time, as Walsh scoots to third. So a wild pitch.
Might have slipped here. Let's see this one.
A little bit of slip,
just
too.
A little bit. Yeah. That's all it takes. The heel. It's called heel towing it here a little bit. Seen a bunch of those.
So now the tying runs at third. Walsh has a huge lead. Swing and a miss. He got him. 7 strikeout for Rodon. We're going to the 6th. It's 1-0 Yanks.
Everybody, Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. White Sox, Red Sox, bottom of the first. Trevor Story, dead central, 3-run shot. He's 11 for his last 26. And then bottom of the 4th, Cedon Rafaela steps up, swats one out over the monster and left. Boston leading Chicago 6-1, bottom half of the 5th. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard 1-0 as we head to the 6th inning. Cody Bellinger leads off against Drew Rasmussen. There's a strike. Solid 5 by Rodon to this point. Fly ball, left center. Mangum will make the play. Take a little trip around the majors. Kumar Rocker. First career win last night for the Rangers, number 41 prospect in baseball. The Orioles won back-to-back games for the first time this season. They're 8-10, fourth in the AL East, and the Rockies game against Washington postponed because 2 to 4 inches of snow.
Did you see that field earlier today?
No.
Oh my God. Absolutely incredible. Just entrancing snow. It was unbelievable.
0-1 on Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt's 2 for 2, couple of singles to right. Hitting a robust 370. What a start to his Yankee career. Well, let's take a look at Coors Light beating the pressure. These are his updated numbers. 3rd in the American League in average, 2nd in hits, tied for 11th in doubles, 5th in on-base percentage. He's 2nd in hits to Judge, who has 28 hits. Yankees signed Goldschmidt to a 1-year deal, and so far it has been a great gamble for them. You know, last year was not a Paul Goldschmidt full season. First 4 months he struggled tremendously. There's talk when people get older, well, there's the slippage that you expect. Then the last 2 months he picked it up. Yankees believed in the last 2 months, and so did Goldschmidt. Todd, I remember when Tommy John pitched for the Yankees, who was 46 years old. And he said, if you're a pitcher and you have a couple of bad games when you're 30, just had a couple of bad games. He said, when you're 46, you're done.
Pretty much. Time to hang him up.
He said, and you might not even be done. You're not allowed to have that stretch where you struggle like you do when you're 28. But when you're 46, it automatically goes to age. And when you're in your upper 30s like Goldschmidt, it goes to age. But he's gotten out of the box great this year. Swing and a miss. 2 away.
Little cut piece up there. Just a little bit out in front.
Well, this is now Rasmussen's longest outing of the season. He won exactly 5 innings each of his 3 previous starts. Garrett Clevenger is warming, left-hander with Chisholm coming up. They'll go to the bullpen. Good job by Rasmussen, but he leaves trailing 1-0. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Untuckit. Find the perfect fit today at untuckit.com or more than 80 stores worldwide. By Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Some of the players that have played for both of these teams, I just can't picture Matsui playing for the Rays, but he did. It just looks odd. Here we are at the home of the Yankees spring training games, but it is the regular season home of the Rays this year. Garrett Clevenger comes on. This will be his 8th game. And he'll face Chisholm, who's 0 for 2. Oh, 1, good sinker.
Yeah, he throws that sinker with a 4-seamer, and then his bread and butter is that slider that he likes to use on, especially with 2 strikes of left-handed hitters.
Clevenger's 30 years old, 6 big league season. And Chisholm didn't come close on 2 of those swings. So Clevenger strikes him out. Yankees go down in order. It's time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. Now, those are the clues. Now, Todd, this one, you played with this guy on 2 different teams.
Oh, my God. See, how much time do I have to think?
You got plenty of time.
Okay.
Now, you know that Aaron Boone's kind of an expert at this. He had to tap out. He couldn't get it. Couldn't get this one. I didn't get it.
2012, too.
Here are the clues again. So you played with him with the White Sox, I believe?
Yeah.
And the Reds.
I got to come up with this one. I know.
This time, Rodon slips off the mound again and kind of jogs to the backside. He's had some trouble with his footing out there and also the sweat. But the sweat has nothing to do with him losing his footing. Almost fell down, but kept his balance. One and two on Caminero. Swing and a miss. Caminero down on strikes.
It's a great pitch right there, too. There's that slider. Nowhere near the strike zone, but it's so hard to lay off. Caminero's having a great day until then. Strikeout number 8.
Mark Leiter Jr. looks as if he's ready. And the pitch to Meade is low, 1-0. Yankees won the first game of this 4-game set, 6-3 last night. They're leading this one 1-0. Once again, Rodon takes a walk on the side of the mound. And there is ball 4 as Meade walks. And Escara goes out, and here comes Blake again. You know, the Yankees would love to get him through this inning because yesterday, Yankees won the game, but they had to get 7 1/3 innings out of their bullpen. 7 1/3. You can't keep doing that back-to-back. So the fact that he's given them 5, that's a relief that it wasn't a quick outing, and now you'd love to get him through this inning.
Yeah, this would be absolutely huge for them. Knowing that the 2 lefties, too, as well, they both went, as you're seeing the numbers here and how many pitches they've thrown.
Well, you definitely can't use Yarbrough. I mean, I guess maybe you could go to Hill for a couple of batters.
Yep.
Hamilton, you'd like to stay away from, but you could use him. And Devin Williams only threw 6 pitches in a 1-2-3 ninth. Everybody else is good to go, you would think. Now, I talked to Boone how tough the decision was that, like somebody on each shoulder telling him what to do. He said, you don't want to go 7 1/3 out of the pen, but I felt that that was an important part of the ball game to win it. Foul back. And he said another thing that was important was he didn't want to push a young pitcher to a 40 pitch count in 1 inning. He said, I wanted to stay away from that.
Yeah. It's that give and take. You know, as a manager, you got to make some tough decisions, and he's been really good right now with that.
1-1 on Morel. Morel in this series 0 for 4, 4 strikeouts.
I think back to the time playoffs against the Twins back in 17.
Fly ball left field. Bellinger makes the play for out number 2.
Back to the point, Severino couldn't get out of the first inning. Remember that? Dave Robertson came in, gave 3 innings. And next thing you know, it's next guy up. We end up winning that game and moving on. But, you know, not just the severity of the game yesterday. It wasn't a playoff game, but still, it's that decision that you have to live with.
And there's so many levels to that decision, Todd. It wasn't just a game. It's a game in the middle of a stretch where you don't have any off days.
That's true as well.
Jansen fouls the ball off of Escara. Taking a little bit of a beating back there tonight.
Right off the melon.
Independent ball, driving an Uber to make a living. I think he'll take all of these foul tips for sure. He loves being here. 29 years old, he's finally in the big leagues. 1-1.
And they rave about him. His catching ability, the way he receives the ball, the way he holds it there too as well.
Two and one. And these are big games for Scar. He has a lot of family and friends that drove from Miami to see him play in the big leagues. And that now viral video of when he called his mom and told her that he made the big leagues, and he's crying and she's crying, just really emotional. Runner on first, 2 outs, 3-1 count. 3-2. Jansen has struck out and walked. That is a strong 6 innings for the Yankee left-hander Carlos Rodon. Doing the job, strikes out Jansen, and he is pumped up. And why not? A solid 6 out of Rodon. Well, fans, the Yes app has moved to the Gotham Sports app, your new home for streaming live Yankee games and so much more, free with an eligible TV provider subscription. Download the Gotham Sports app now or visit gothamsports.com to get streaming. We go to the 7th. Ford scoreboard. It's 1-0 Yankees. And Ascar will lead off against Clevenger. He checks the swing. All right, Todd, quick overview on Rodon. 9 strikeouts.
Solid effort. You know, he had some times where we didn't know what he was doing, but that 9 strikeouts was huge. He used all his pitches to perfection. What a great start for him. You know, didn't give up that big hit as well.
The Yankees have won 4 straight. They're 5 games over 500 for the first time this year. Like some insurance for their bullpen. Count 1-2. The scoreboard has 2-1, but it is 1-2. And now they change it on the board in left field. And I only tell you that because that's how the players get their information too. They have to look out there, so if it's not correct, they have a different mindset at the plate. Strike 3 on a breaking ball. Ascar down looking. Just between innings, Rodon getting congratulations from his teammates. 6 shutout innings against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Throwing the hat down. I think he's more frustrated about sometimes getting his foot caught or the ball getting away from him. He's probably like, God, how did I do all that? He'll be a happy camper.
102 pitches.
Volpe has seen fastball after fastball today. Gear up for it. You know, right now in this position, 2 strikeouts. You got to gear up for this 1 pitch. Foul it off down the line or something. Be ready for it. Do not miss it.
Yeah, they just keep beating him fastballs. Struck out twice against Drew Rasmussen, the starter. Puts it in play and a ground ball to Walls. Well, after that ground ball, Anthony is now 3 for his last 33. 14 strikeouts during that stretch.
That's the tough part about baseball, man. One day you're the greatest, the other days you struggle a little bit. And for that, you take that as a plus. It was a hard hit, even though it was an out. You found barrel.
Here's Trent Grisham. And Clevenger drops in a breaking ball for strike. So 0-2 on Grisham. He's driven in the only run in the game. He singled to center with 2 outs in the second, scoring Paul Goldschmidt from second. That's it. That is the scoring in this one. We're in the top of the 7th inning. One and 2. Fly ball right field. Caballero puts it away. Yankees go down in order. It's time for the 7th inning stretch in Tampa. Yanks up 1-0.
Time for your Ford Studio Update. Bob and Flash with you. We talked a lot about Carlos Rodon on the pregame, really kind of gutting and grinding his way through this one.
We talked in our pregame show, stay away from that one big mistake, but also make the big pitch when you need to get a big out. I thought the third batter of the game, first and second, nobody out. He got Meade looking at a backdoor slider. The biggest pitch of the game, because after that, he started rolling.
All right, so we will hear from Rodon coming up on the postgame, Aaron Boone, and much more. Look forward to seeing you then. Guys, back to you.
Well, thank you, guys. 1-3-0 for the Yankees, 0-2-0 for Tampa Bay. Rodon went 6. Goldschmidt 2 for 3, scored the only run so far. Rasmussen 2 outs into the 6th. That's his longest outing of the year. Tampa Bay 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, and they've left 5 runners on. Mark Leiter Jr. takes over. So Rodon gives him 6. And the pitch to Aranda misses, 1-0.
Mark's got that really good split finger fastball, and usually starts off that big old breaking ball too to hitters as well. That one up 95, letting it go.
Leiter wanted them to check with John Bacon to see if he went. Bacon said no, so the count 2-0.
Used to do live hitting with Mark Jr. back in the day when I was playing, making each other better.
So where did you go to a field in Tom's River and just he would throw you?
Yeah, we went to Central Regional High School, about 10 minutes outside of Tom's River. Met up, him, Leiter with the Rangers as well. Al would show up, his other nephew Cam. And we would just get after it, man. It would be like once every couple weeks. And hey, you want live pitching, I think, is the biggest key in the offseason. I even do it with, young kids I coach as well. I said, listen, we're going to see this pitching. Let's go.
And he's throwing real deal out there. He's not just throwing BP. He's trying to get you out.
No, definitely. He's on the mound. They're trying to get me out, and just like I'm trying to get a base hit against him. So it's game situation.
High fly ball, right center field. Long run for Grisham, and that's going to be up against the wall. Grisham recovers. Heading to third is Aranda. The throw is in time. Perfect relay. From short center field, Volpe throws a strike to Cabrera for the first out.
First off, ball was absolutely crushed to center field. Luckily, he got a hand on it after it hits the wall. Gets the ball in quick. Volpe, quick-handed, gets the out at third. Wow. What a huge play again. Oh, man. Put a star next to that one. Fundamentals, boys and girls. Oh, it was a bad slide, too. He got him up by the belly. Man, you got to find a way to get to that base if you're a base runner. Can't make that first out at third.
Strike to Caballero. And that's the key, too. You stop at second base. You have so many ways you can score. You have to be sure you're going to get to third. But a great relay by Volpe. He threw a strike to Cabrera to make the tag on Aranda. 0-2.
Changes the whole outcome of the inning, too, as well. after the ball was thrown in from center field, I didn't think there was any chance you can get him out at third base. Volpe with an absolute strike to third. And they're coming up with big play after big play these first 2 games.
Remember the play that Goldschmidt made earlier, and then this throw by Volpe.
And you got Jazz screaming, 3-3-3. They are working awesome there on defense.
It's a double outstretching 8-6-5. Check swing. Count 2-2. Strike 3. Caballero down looking at the splitter. 2-way.
Yeah, you see this replay one more time. I want everybody to look. Once it hits the wall, Grisham's good at this. He gets that arm up right there, knocks it down, bobble just for a second. If he doesn't get his arm up there, it's automatic triple. The play of the tag works awesome.
Also give the umpire some credit. Great rotation by them. That was the home plate umpire at third base making the call.
And look here again, off the wall, just finds a way. He's done this a couple times. Get the hand up. If you knock it down, you have an opportunity. That does not go unnoticed.
0-2. Play like that has to take a lot of the starch out of the Rays as well. You know, we also talked, last inning about the struggles that Volpe is having offensively. He didn't take it out on the field.
No, you have to distinguish between 2 of them. Struggle on offense, find a way to make a play on defense.
Foul ball.
And listen, think about spring training. You practice these drills. Double cuts all the time. How many times does it happen in the game or during a season? You know, a handful. And finally to get an opportunity to get a guy out. Give credit where credit is due.
And what a pick-me-up for Leiter. He's staring at a runner at third, nobody out. Yankees tied for 6. Fewest errors, tied for first defensive run saved. 10th in outs above average. Swing and a miss. No, they'll say he tipped the ball. He fouled the ball off, so he stays alive. A late call by Iasonia.
Looked a little different there, but Volpe's like, are you kidding me? I mean, it took Dan a little time to figure it out there, so Magnum pleading his case.
Swing and a miss, no doubt about that. And that'll do it here in the 7th. What a play, getting the leadoff hitter Aranda at third. Leiter loves it. Grisham does as well. I started that. Time to name that Yankee. Todd, you know the clues? I think you've got the position. Do you have the answer?
I do. The clues help me out. Is this, can I say it?
Yeah.
Deonder Navarro.
You got it. You got it.
I forgot he played with, look at him. Unbelievable. He usually has the big beard, so he's unrecognizable right there.
He was a top Yankee prospect. They thought he was can't miss. He had a long career, but he never lived up to the expectations. So Cabrera will lead off.
He had a really good pickoff move. He caught my third base, backdoor pick. Unbelievable at that.
Edwin Uceda takes over.
Another fastball changeup guy.
take a look at some Deanna Navarro.
Fever.
Played a lot with the Rays, played with the Dodgers as well. That one is looped into center field. It's going to dunk in for a base hit. So Cabrera starts off the 8th inning with a single.
Little change up, stayed out over the plate there. Nice swing. 7 for his last 19. Keep going, big fella.
You know, one thing that you can always depend on with the Rays, right? They play a clean game. But in these 2 games, they've made mistakes that you shouldn't make. Like last night, Judge threw out Meisner at third base for the first out in the first inning. Why is he going to third with nobody out? And today, Grisham and Volpe throw out Aranda at third for the first out. That's not good baseball, making the first out at third base. Deep to right field, off the bat of Rice. There it goes, he makes the catch. Let's see if they double him up. And he gets back in time. What a catch by Caballero. It was out, and he makes the leap and takes the home run away.
For sure, right off the bat. Let's see the height he had to get. Oh,
That's gone.
Man. What a play. Perfect time, Michael.
Wow.
And just when we talk about the Rays, they make a nice play. Off the bat, I thought that was way gone. Oh, just went up and got it, too.
And Cabrera crawls back. You see catches like that, and you always go, I wonder if that would have gone out. That was out.
Definitely.
Rice thought it was out.
You know, and that goes from experience, too, trying to get here early, figuring out where he needs to be at the wall. He planned that out perfectly. Again, as we watch this, and the fans there, too, waiting to catch the ball. All Yankee fans, oh, they thought they had it. Took it right away. Look at how high he gets.
And they did the right thing. They did not interfere with Caballero. And he makes a great play and almost turned it into a double play. So Rice stopped and gave some words to Judge about Uceda. Now Judge steps in. One and 0. That close to being up 3-0. Sidearm toss over to first.
They got to be really careful here with Judge. He's one swing away of doing damage.
One and 1. Judge walked in the first, grounded to short in the third. Lined out to Meade in the 5th on a broken bat. Nice block there by Jansen. And that keeps Cabrera at first.
Jansen's well known for his blocking ability. Tops in the league every year once he's out there.
Three and 1 on Judge. Bellinger on deck. Uceda had a breakout year last year, a 7.50 ERA this year. Last year, 1.51. Big cut by Judge. Jose had 57 strikeouts and 8 walks in 41 2/3 innings last year. And that got a piece of Jansen.
Catchers are taking a beating today. Got him twice. You see the wind still blowing out to left field, so with Ben Rice's swing that last at bat, it might have had something to do with it a little bit. Heavy to left field right now.
Cabrera was leaning, almost got picked. Lefty first baseman might have been a different outcome. Driven to center field and deep. Going back is Mangum. He's there and he makes the play in front of the warning track as Cabrera heads back to first.
As we watch this first off the bat, it looked like it was going to be way gone. Stayed up for a while, right on the track. Put a good swing on it, but unfortunate. Just the fly ball out.
Bellinger calls time before the pitch is thrown. Cody 0 for 2 with a walk. Oh and 1. Runner goes. The throw to second is not in time. Looked like the ball beat him, but somehow Cabrera got in.
Call on the field is safe at second base. Tampa Bay is challenged.
Looked like a good snap tag there. He might have waved at that front foot. We can get a closer view. Walls. Great pick. And if he got him there, he's out. It's just a matter of if that top of his glove swiped his leg.
It's a really good throw. And the umpires are checking it out. Challenge replay brought to you by Citizens, made ready. If you get the top of the shoe, Todd, he's out.
Agreed.
Yeah, he got him.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out. Tampa Bay retains their challenge.
All right, so they overturn the stolen base call. He's out 2-6. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's time for the optimum. Don't take slow for an answer replay.
And here is that relay throw here. Gresham gets the ball in. Perfect relay throw. Volpe has to get the right direction and the right throw in that path. They do this a lot in spring training and during the season. Perfect bang-bang play at third. Yankees with a huge out there.
We go to the bottom of the 8th inning on the Hyundai scoreboard. It's 1-0 Yankees. So that combination teamed up for that big out to start the 7th inning. Yankees have a new pitcher. It's Fernando Cruz, who's pitched so well for them. This will be his 9th game. He has 16 strikeouts in 9 2/3 innings, just 3 walks. His key, get ahead early, and then he can put you away with the splitter. Walls leads off. And he goes with the fastball for a strike.
Yeah, and he's not very overpowering, but with that splitter, it changes the direction and eye level of all batters.
Grounded foul, quickly 0-2. Now he's in command. The splitter, hitters are 2 for 24 against it this year with 15 strikeouts.
And Michael, kind of a wild story about his splitter. He was actually drafted as a position player, and it was towards the end of his first run. While he was a position player, he was catching as well. He was essentially relegated to being a bullpen catcher with the organization he was with. And he looked at one of the pitchers that he was catching in the bullpen and said, "Show me how to throw a splitter. I think I might pitch next year." And the pitcher showed him how to throw that splitter. And he said the first couple times he pitched, he did not use it at all. It wasn't until he was throwing in Puerto Rico that he decided to start trying to throw that splitter. And he started to get a feel for it, and that has now become his best pitch, his go-to pitch.
The 1-2. And he goes with the fastball and blows away walls, one away.
And it changes everything. Then you go 95 at the upper tank right there. 3 splitters in a row. Yeah, try and get him to chase. Very nice sequence.
Luke Weaver getting ready. Here's Diaz. Walked in the first, fly ball right, and a strikeout. Oh, 0-1. You can hear from the reaction of the crowd, it's a sellout, but the majority of people in this ballpark are Yankee fans. One and one. And the count 1-2. You know, we've detailed this. Cruz really struggled in spring training. But there was no concern on his part because he was working on things the Yankees wanted him to work on. And once the game started to count, he's pitched very, very well. Put a lot of those changes into use. 1-2. Popped up. Shallow left center. Volpe's there to make the play. 2 away. Yankees hockey jersey night is back for 2025. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, April 25th, when the Yankees take on the Blue Jays. First 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Yankees hockey jersey, courtesy of DKNY. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. Here's Junior Caminero. He's 1 for 3. And there's that splitter. Todd, not only does it die, but it's a great change of pace, too. You're way out in front.
Yeah, it kind of floats up there, and then all of a sudden it falls right down. It's a nasty pitch.
And he gets ahead of Caminero with 2 straight splitters.
It's the big at-bat right here. He's hit the ball hard twice, 113 and 111 miles off the bat. You'll find a way to get this guy out.
Very interested observer, Carlos Rodon, looking to get the win with his 6 shutout innings of 9 strikeout ball. The 0-2. 1-2. Swing and a miss on the splitter. Another strong outing for Fernando Cruz. They go down 1-2-3, and he rings up 2 strikeouts. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by FanDuel. New customers get $250 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. By Nissan. At Nissan, we make cars that thrill. Experience the thrill for yourself today. Shop NissanUSA.com. And by Optimum Fiber, get Optimum, the fastest fiber internet. Don't take slow for an answer. Hunter Biggie comes on to pitch the ninth inning and hold it here at 1-0 Yanks. This will be his 8th game. 7 strikeouts in 8 innings. He's allowed 4 home runs, though.
Yeah, that beat his little bugaboo right there. The home runs, throws pretty firm, good slider, too, with it.
So he was a former 12th round pick in 2019 by the Cubs. Get this, out of Harvard. So the pitching coach, Kyle Snyder, is used to taking all the analytical information, giving it to his pitchers. He said that Hunter dumbs it down to me, and you can print that.
This guy's very, very smart.
Graduated with a physics degree, 26 years old. Drilled foul.
And it's a pretty good resume. Major League Baseball player, second to a Harvard grad. You know, I think that's pretty cool.
Pretty good. One and two on Bellinger. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Lofted to left field. Morel is there. And there's one down in the ninth. And here's Paul Goldschmidt. He is 2 for 3, and he scored the only run in the game. He singled to open up the second inning and then scored a couple of outs later by Trent Grisham's RBI single to center. You know, as we're playing a major league game here at Steinbrenner Field, it was on this day in 1923 that the original Yankee Stadium opened. Yankees won 4-1 over the Red Sox. The first home run ever hit was by, of course, Babe Ruth. And in the New York Telegram the next day, Fred Lieb, a legendary writer, wrote that Yankee Stadium was the house that Ruth built. He's the first one to ever use that, and that stayed that way for the life of that ballpark. That was another base hit for Goldschmidt. Another single for the Yankee first baseman. 3 more, 22 on the season for Goldschmidt.
Just moving right along. Oh, hanging changeup right there. He says, sounds good to me. He's trying to go inside out. Found a pitch out over. Everything has been in so far. So you know what? I don't have to go to right field every time. I'll go right back up the middle.
Well, that hit now ties him with Judge for the most hits with 28. Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr. Pitch upstairs. One and one. Goldschmidt on first, held by Aranda. And that one's popped up. Walls puts it away. Out number 2. Well, fans, go to Yes Network on X and vote for the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. Is it number 1, Jason Dominguez, number 2, Aaron Judge, or number 3, Devin Williams? Now, Williams threw just 6 pitches to ring up a 1-2-3 inning and the save yesterday. He's not warming up. Looks like they'll have Luke Weaver try to close this out. And there's a strike to Escara. Now let's take a look at the budget. So this could be why they're staying away from Williams. He's pitched 4 times in the last 6 days.
Yeah, it's only 6 pitches, but at the end of the day, you got to get up, you got to warm up. So could be the right move right here. Weaver's been there before.
They've announced a crowd of 10,046. That's a 17th straight sellout for the Rays at Steinbrenner Field this season. And of course, the Yankees sell out their games in spring training all the time. The throw gets past Aranda. Goldschmidt will go to second and make it. So that's going to be an error on Biggie.
Yeah, just one that got away here. Got to take a peek as you're throwing over there. Runner in scoring position here. Can the Yankees capitalize? They got their 1 run on 2 outs. Yeah, he knows it. Nah. Big at bat here from Escara right now.
That's the first error in the game in E1. The 2-1. 3-1 on the Yankee catcher. Volpe is on deck. And there's ball 4 to Escara. And it'll be interesting, Todd. Biggie's on the mound. He throws 97 miles an hour, and Volpe has had trouble with the fastball tonight.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. You know, unless they're going to make a change here, which I don't see right now. He throws hard. This is what happens on the on-deck circle. You get your timing down for a big opportunity right here. Hit the ball hard last time, couple strikeouts. Hopefully this is the momentum that he needs.
Well, fans, stay tuned after the final out for tonight's WB Mason Yankees postgame as Bob and John will have highlights and analysis. Meredith gets player interviews in the clubhouse. And, of course, we'll hear from Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up next on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. So Snyder goes out and talks with Biggie. Biggie, the 4th pitcher used by Kevin Cash. First and second for the Yankees here in the ninth. They lead 1-0. And here's Volpe. Volpe 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts, and the ground ball is short that Todd talked about. And Biggie deals. One right after him with the fastball. Anthony 3 for his last 33 with 14 strikeouts. Oh, 2.
Yeah, he's got to get that front foot down just a little bit sooner. You know, when you struggle like this a little bit, maybe a 2-strike approach as we talked about yesterday. Just widen your base a little bit. Get your foot down, take your legs out of it, let your hands work.
Foul back here. And out of play. Missed up and away, 1-2.
That front side was opening up just a little early. He was geared up for that heater again.
First and second, 2 outs, 9th inning, 1-0 Yanks. 100 miles an hour, and he fouled that one off. Now, does a pitcher try to get cute here, Todd, and throw something that's not a fastball?
No, I think you stay fastball up here, too, if not a little higher. It's been underneath.
Goes with a slider upstairs. 2-2.
The more pitches he sees, the better off he is, too, as well. That's been Volpe's MO as a hitter.
Swing and a miss on the slider. And he gets Volpe swinging. The Yankees strand 2. Last lick's coming up for the Rays. Well, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam.
Talk about coverage. The Rays today. Morel going to get that ball in left field. Beautiful play. And then the monster play here in right field. Just going and getting the ball. Caballero saving a home run. Ben Rice, guy who's been on fire. So they're still in this game. One chance left.
Well, stay tuned tonight after the Yankees coverage for the best of Talking Yanks presented by your local Ford stores. Get the top talking points from this week in Yankees universe. That's tonight after the postgame on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Well, Luke Weaver's going to try to close this out. Leiter did his job. Fernando Cruz did his job. And now Weaver will try to nail down the save. Yankees lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Brandon Lau, 4 lefties on the bench. He's the first one to come up, pinch hitting from Meade. And a strike. Count 0-2 on the pinch hitter Lau. Weaver rocks and deals. Swing and a miss, got him. 3 pitches and a strikeout. Check out the upcoming schedule brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. 2 more games against the Rays, 4:10 tomorrow, 1:40 on Sunday, then on to Cleveland to play the Guardians, 6:10, 6:10, and 1:10. Thursday's an off day, and then the Toronto Blue Jays come to town for a weekend set at the stadium. Here's Christopher Morel. Foul back to the screen.
Tell you what, he came in here with a plan, and he's executing it right now. Fastball change, and then back to that fastball up. He's got a little more zip on his ball today.
Misses with the cutter outside, 1-1. No, Weaver closed for the Yankees the second half of the year when they removed Clay Holmes from that role. He closed throughout the playoff run to the World Series. Fouled it up to 95, 1-2.
You see Morel, he's got one thing on his mind right now, Michael. He's trying to put a ball over the wall right now. Nothing short about this swing.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. The fastball upstairs. The Yankees are an out away.
And I think the best part about this, they're looking, he's throwing a fastball up and he's not missing his spot. That's 2 strikeouts on fastballs up. 95. Oh yeah. Little stare down too.
And it'll be Cameron Meisner pinch hitting for Jansen. So you see Meisner has hit 3 home runs this year. So it comes down to this. 6 shutout innings for Rodon. Leiter a scoreless inning. Cruz a scoreless inning. Weaver 2 outs into the bottom of the 9th. Swing and a miss. He is just rearing back and throwing gas. The 0-1 goes with the changeup there. 1-1. One more out. Rodon picks up his 2nd win, and the Yankees pick up their 13th win. Two outs, 1-1 count. Pinch hitter Meisner. 1 strike away. 1-2.
That's the pitch here. I know you talk about not trying to be too cute. I think you stick with that, a little higher than high. See if he's able to chase, but that ball's got a little ride to it. Tough to lay off.
Weaver rocks and deals. Foul back as Meisner stays alive. He fouled off that 96-mile-an-hour fastball. First couple of outings of the year, fastball was a little short for Weaver. It's coming back towards it was at the end of last year. And the pitch. With the change, and it's low, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Fly ball, left field. On the run is Bellinger. He runs out of room. It's a foul ball.
Now he's catching up just a little bit more to that fastball up. You might want to try find a different position to throw that ball a little bit. Maybe bang one inside. Go back to that changeup.
Again, a strike away. Hit sharply foul. He did go with the change. "14 pitches into the inning for Luke Weaver. Crowd chanting Luke. And the 2-2. High fly ball right field. Here comes Judge. Chisholm's out. He makes the play and the Yankees win. A 1-0 gem. 4 pitchers for the Yankees shut down the Rays, and the Yankees have won 5 in a row.
Tell you what, for Rodon, you got to be really excited. 6 innings pitched. Just a heck of an outing. After the first 2 batters, you're like, oh no, here we go again. But Rodon settled down, and the bullpen comes through once again.
And the big hit in the game, obviously, off the bat of Trent Grisham in the 2nd inning, drove in the only run, scoring Paul Goldschmidt. The pitching did the rest, and a little help from the defense, too. Big win for the Yankees. They won the first 2 here in Tampa Bay. We'll be back. Yankees win 1-0, and time for the Cadillac drive of the game.
There's old Trent Grisham getting a changeup out over the plate. The only run scored was a base hit with 2 outs. That's all they needed. Rodon did the rest, and so did the bullpen.
Great pitching performance by the Yankees. 1-5-0. Hold the Rays to just 3 hits. Took 2 hours and 33 minutes. Rodon gets his 2nd win. Weaver his 2nd save. Rasmussen his 1st loss. Rodon 6 innings of 9 hit ball, or 9 strikeout ball. Drew Rasmussen 5 2/3, and he gets the tough loss. Yankees' first 1-0 win since June of 2023 against the Rangers. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Mike Cooney, Mike Webb, and our executive producer is Jared Ames Bosnack. Join us again tomorrow as the Yankees continue the series against the Rays at George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa. Coverage begins at 3 on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 4. Once again, the final score, it's the Yankees 1 and the Rays 0. For Todd Frazier and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael K. saying see ya from George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty, who are standing by in our Yes Network studios with the post-game show. Guys?